everyone, I'm Alice. I'm the resident astrologer at the Wellness Foundry. I'd like to go through the astrology of May and then a forecast for all 12 signs, Aries through Pisces. So if you'd like to listen to the May forecast for the general collective reading first to get the idea of the energy coming forward for us in May, and then you can skip ahead to your sign. The rising sign will be the most accurate for you. If you don't know your rising sign, you can look for your sun sign, your moon sign as well. The sun could also signify the changes happening in your career, and the moon could be your emotional inner world. So whatever resonates most with you, you can listen to all three if you know all three. Okay, so starting out for May, we have all the planets still moving direct. We have just finished eclipse season. There are no retrogrades. Mercury retrograde is over now. So we have a real sense of energy, pushing forward, movement, change, and we can look forward to a shift from a Taurus-based energy as we move into Gemini season at the end of May. This is a real change for us generally, as Taurus signifies the earth energy that we are linked to through what we eat, how we take care of ourselves, and our money financial situation. Will be given a lot of opportunities by the planets to do some really good self-care. So for example, we'll have on the 18th, the Sun conjoining Jupiter in Taurus, which is a lovely, lucky, abundant energy that you might want to take a final Taurus season opportunity to give yourself a nice treat, like go have a nice massage or take someone on a nice date that you're interested in doing that with. And you could also just go to a nice restaurant and sort of a little bit of self-indulgence right at the end of Taurus season. Then we have the big shift into Gemini. So if you imagine we're coming into hopefully some early summer energy at some point soon with the weather, and we've got a Gemini sort of air sign shift from an earthy sign into more of a ideas, communication, flexibility, how we can really move ourselves into a plan for how we want to move forward. So instead of just focusing on the things we want to feel with our senses, we're going to be shifting into how we can create an actual pinpoint plan of what to do for our forward motion, forward driven plans for drive. So if you felt like, oh, my life is a bit stagnant in one area, like your career or your love life or something in your life you want to change, we've had this Taurus breakthrough through the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction at the end of eclipse season that will push us forward into, now I can make an actual plan of what to do, how to change, how to find people around me who I resonate with, how to connect, how to communicate, how to talk about what I want. And as many people as you talk to, they will be able to listen to you and help you move forward. So this is a real kind of ideas-driven social time where we can look forward to a lot of versatility, things that you hadn't thought you were capable of. You might want to really challenge yourself to try new things in this coming season in Gemini. We have the Sun moving into Gemini on the 20th, then we have Venus moving into Gemini with the full moon in Sagittarius on the 24th, and Jupiter moving into Gemini on the 26th. So you might see yourself feeling more sociable, wanting to talk to people more, wanting to get ideas out, learning new things. This is a perfect time with Jupiter and Gemini to learn something new, to get a new skill, to really sit down and focus on how you can better your own growth through learning. Then we've got a general opportunity for Venus and the Sun to all pass over the point that Jupiter and Uranus were conjunct in, sort of reactivating that breakthrough energy. So really pushing for a change in an area of stagnation, like the sun breaking through the clouds. Suddenly things look different. That's the kind of energy we have coming forward in May. So if you particularly have any planets in late Taurus or early Gemini, you might feel a strong activation of that kind of energy coming forward in this month ahead. Chance for expansion, chance for growth and new opportunities. So we're going to start with Aries. So if you have any Aries placements or Aries Sun, Moon, Rising people, this is for you. So Mars is going to be in Aries for the entire month of May, which means there's a big fresh start, lots of vigor, lots of chances to get the job done. Mars loves being in Aries, so this is a perfect opportunity to really change something that you've wanted to work on. New projects, new areas of your life that you have always wanted to push for, but you never really felt capable of. Now you have the chance for Mars to help you change things in that area. In your first house, so this is your first house of self. If you're Aries rising, that will be your first house. So on May the 3rd, you'll have a sextile to Pluto in Aquarius, so that gives a real energy for how to delve deep into parts of your own kind of psyche that haven't really been opened up properly. So if you've had a feeling that there's something holding you back, there's something in your past life or your own psyche that's not letting you realize your full potential, this is a chance to kind of delve into that. Then in the evening of May the 5th, Mercury and Chiron will be conjunct with the Moon and the North Node. So that's a really strong chance for Aries people to think about their own healing process. With this Pluto energy, real chance to listen to your inner voice and try not to silence the voices that are telling you, this doesn't feel right, this does feel right, let's move in this direction. It's a real introspective kind of feeling at the beginning of the month. And then we've got the shift into Gemini, a real energy shift from about the 20th. And that will be moving into your third house. So this is a chance for you to focus on communication, how you learn new things, how you talk to people about what you want. And if you have any siblings, you might see a change in your relationship there. There's also some kind of link to your local environment, where you grew up, your culture, your neighborhood. You might see yourself chatting more with neighbors and people around you locally. Then there'll be a sort of uptick in general communication, like you might get a lot of emails, a lot of texts, a lot of requests for your time, might be a bit more of a sociable period. And there's all these sextiles being made to your first house, so if you have any planets in the early degrees of Aries, you might, especially if you have your own business or you have an income that you are generating for yourself, you might see an uptick in that area. And it's a real chance for you to improve relations with people through good communication. Yeah, and then there'll be a trine to Pluto in your 11th house from all those planets coming in there. So you will definitely see some real socializing opportunities for you in the month of May, and a chance for you to look at your goals and how you're moving forward with this new energy. Okay, so Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising people, this is for you. So this month is going to be a very important chance for you to make a fresh start with all these new planetary energies in your first house coming in at the end of May. There'll also be a trine to your 9th house, so that's a big shift in your kind of consciousness, how you see the world, your belief system, how you focus on moving outwards and looking on the horizon for new opportunities. So a real outward, goal-driven, let's go out and do the thing kind of energy. If you've got a plan you've really wanted to try, or maybe go back to school, learn a new whole profession, think about university education, really higher level consciousness raising. That's a big shift for you to have an opportunity for you to think about that. You can grow in that way by learning something completely new. And then Mars will be in your 11th house, which is a very socially active house. So you might find yourself reconnecting with friends or making new friends, getting new connections going. There'll be a big sort of optimistic energy for you to make things happen and make plans for the future. Okay, so for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising people, this energy shift will be in your 12th house, trining your 8th house, and Mars will be in your 10th house. So there's a very big energy here for Cancer people of spiritual introspection, really focusing on where your anxieties and fears come from, what is holding you back, what have you let simmer under the surface and not addressed that may be affecting your chances at career forward motion. So you may have wanted to change careers recently, you may have seen a big shift in how you're seen in the world, but now is a real time for you to look at what is holding you back in your own mind. Why do you feel that you can't go for the things you want to do? This energy is linking your 12th house and 8th house, so all of your subconscious fears, all of your anxieties, all of the karma that you bring in, that other people's perception of you might affect you, that's definitely related to how you look at yourself and shine in the outside. So a chance for you to kind of really hit those demons on the head and get out there and do the thing you really want to do, for sure. So at the beginning of the month, you'll have a sextile to Pluto in the 8th house. So this will give you a big boost of energy to take on tasks you may have not felt you were able to do in the past. And because it's the 10th house, you may feel like you have the opportunity to impress someone in power, someone who is maybe your boss, someone who could really move things and change things for you. You may be able to take on a new project, start something new that could really put you in a position to shine in that visible place in the top of your chart in the 10th house. Yeah, it's a really positive, make things happen type of energy for Cancer. Okay, so now for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising people, we have a big change in your outlook due to Mars in your 9th house. And then all of the transitions and the energy will be shifting into your 11th house with a trine to Pluto in the 7th. So this is a very big kind of shift of work, career. Jupiter will help you network, expand your friendship and peer group connections. You might find that there's a chance to meet a very supportive mentor, someone who can really encourage you and see your potential and push you forward. And you can make a very meaningful friendship with someone in a 7th house, 11th house capacity, like a very close friend that could really help you move forward. It could even be that you meet someone or you know someone in your friendship group or your network that could end up becoming a romantic partner, a shift from a friend to a lover type of energy. That could be possible for Leo people. Okay, so let's go on to Virgo. So we have Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. This will happen with the Gemini shift into your 10th house. So that will be a big visibility shift for you. You have a bunch of career opportunities. There's been a feeling of expansion in your career. You may have gotten a new job recently. You may have felt like you're finally moving into an area that you care about, that you enjoy. And how people see you is definitely changing. Your visibility is definitely going up in the world. Pluto will be in your 6th house making a trine. So that's really getting noticed by the people who can take you places, right? Then you'll have Mars in your 8th house, which is a chance for you to deepen an intimate relationship, get closer in your bond with someone you care about, or to do a lot of introspective work, look at your shadow self, try and figure out what's holding you back in your own mind. Or this could be, you know, the 8th house is birth, death, change, transformation, financial house. So you may have seen some changes in your finances recently. This gives you a chance to work on what's holding you back financially. And if you have any planets in the early degrees of Virgo, like 1 to 5 degrees of Virgo, you'll have a nice strong square coming in from the planets in Gemini, which may feel kind of like a moment of self-doubt where you sit and think, wait, is this too much? Can I handle this? Have I taken on too much at once? Is this really where I want to go? You might have a little bit of a like freak out moment, but don't worry, that's just the energy of Pluto trying to give you the chance to move out of your own head and into the visible world, which might be a bit scary, but it's a good opportunity for you there. So that's Virgo, thank you. All right, so for Libra, we have a Gemini activation, which will be trining your 1st house. And that's a very good opportunity for a very deep dive into what you want to learn. So university students in particular, anyone who wants to do long distance travel or learn about a new philosophy, sort of go into spiritual work, maybe learn about astrology. It's a really great opportunity for that. You might have some very good deep insights into a new belief system, something you've really thought, I want to change the way I look at this thing. What can I learn about? How can I really delve deep into philosophy or understandings about the world that will help me move forward in my beliefs? It's a good opportunity for that. And your general outlook, you might have a more positive outlook. You might be able to kind of see the glass half full in this opportunity that's coming up for you. And then you've got, so if you have any planets, particularly in early Libra, you'll then have a grand air trine in Pluto in your 5th house. So this is a really great opportunity to open yourself up to new creative opportunities and forces. You may have felt like, oh, I want to try something completely new, a creative project, or give myself a chance to start doing photography again, or something you've really enjoyed in the past. This is a great opportunity to reignite that passion you have in your creative life. And it could change how you feel about yourself, who you are, or it could also open you up for a romantic partner and broaden your horizons in that way because of that 7th house opposition. Then we've got Mars and Aries in your house of relationships. So this is a romantic chance for you to kind of learn how to see other people differently and really go for maybe someone you know that you've had your eye on, you never really felt brave enough. This might be a good chance for you to really go for it in that area. Okay, so for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising people, you will see a big energy shift from Taurus in your 7th house to your 8th house. So you may have seen a lot of changes recently, or you felt an energy shift already in your area of relationships, one-on-one personal relationships. Maybe you've met someone new, maybe you had a big change in that area recently, or if you had a business partner that you were working with, you may have felt a difference in your relationship. Now that energy is going to shift into the 8th house. So this is a real deepening of the growth you felt already in your relationships with other people. So if you met someone or you start a relationship, you may feel that it's getting to a much deeper level, a much more intimate level, much kind of more shared resources, even like the money you share with a partner may be shifting. You may see a change in the income of your spouse, for example, with this energy in Gemini. So it's a real chance to kind of delve deep into what you are bringing and what you are giving in your intimate relationships on a very deep level. You could also do a lot of introspective work on your own kind of inner world. If you're particularly into the occult or you are a spiritual person, you may see a big shift here in how you relate to your own spiritual practice. It's also a big chance if you have Jupiter in the 8th house, you may see changes in birth, death, or debt in your life. So some people get pregnant in this transit. If that's something you've been working on, maybe you'll see some changes there. So yeah, Mars and Aries in your 6th house is a big change in your health or your daily work. You may feel like you're working more towards something you really care about instead of the daily grind. So it's a chance for you to really kind of activate your daily routine that would better serve you. So this can also include like exercise, diet, maybe some changes in how you relate to your own self-care in that way, or what you eat, your exercise routines. Instead of just doing it for the sake of it, you'll get a big energy boost and you'll feel emotionally more attuned to what you're eating, how you're working out, how you have a daily sort of, I don't know, self-care routine in a lot of ways. This can also help break through a lot of frustration you might have had if you use that energy from Mars to kind of push through frustrations you've had in like work scenarios. People who are employees, for example, if you've had some employee problems, or you feel like there's an area of your employee relationships that needs to shift, you can help yourself with Mars energy this month in the whole of May. And then Pluto will be retrograde in your 4th house, which will square your ascendant. So this is a good chance for you to kind of look at your emotional well-being, what you can do in your home life to kind of recharge your batteries when you are back in your safe environment. And is your environment a safe space for you? Like, do you feel that there's changes you can make there that would make you more emotionally grounded from the get-go, and then you can project that outwards into the world in your 10th house above you? So this will be the last time Pluto goes retrograde, and then it will be in that house, in your 4th house, for 20 years. So big changes coming for Scorpio in how they relate to their home, how they are building their family. You may feel that you don't want to live where you live anymore and you want to make some big changes there, or move house, move countries. Big shifts in home and family for Scorpio coming through, but you kind of already felt that starting. So this is just another chance, because of the square, for you to reassess your home life and how that relates to work, because of the 6th house being activated here with Mars. And this move into your 8th house is going to help you look at what fears you have to address in that area as well, in your home and family life. So yeah, big changes for Scorpio. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising people, this shift for you is going to make a sextile to Pluto in your 3rd house. So your ruler will be shifting. For Sagittarius people, this is a good chance for you to really feel that you are expanding outwards. You're not going to just be in the background. This is a chance for you to really shine, because your 3rd house is your communication house. So you can really talk to people about what you want to do and how you're feeling and whether they can really help you. If you've got people in your life who you know could help you. Now is a chance to reach out and really communicate your needs to people so they know what you have to offer, because you have so much to offer. And Mars will be in your 5th house for the whole month. That's a great chance for you to really look at your creative projects you have going on. Have you been looking at things you want to change in your dating life? Just a chance to really have fun and go out and meet people and do all the things you love. Just sit in a cafe and eat cake. If you want to do that, this is the month to do it for all Sagittarius people. And the shift is going to be moving into your 7th house. So this is going to really activate your chance to meet and use somebody special type of person. Anyone in your life who you've been dating, this could shift more into a relationship, a one-on-one close relationship with that person. You could even meet a new person, a kind of very Jupiterian type expansive person, wonderful communication, a great outlook on life, really positive, energetic person could come into your life. You might end up starting a relationship with. There's a chance for that. You can also use that energy to kind of learn about what you're capable of through other people, like a life coach type person, a mentor, someone who could really guide you. You could look to for advice, a chance for you to open up and get an outside perspective on what's happening so that you feel a bit more grounded and not just in your own head. Help yourself through other people. That's the kind of energy for Sagittarius. Yeah. So we'll move on to Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising people. This Mars will be in your 4th house for the entire month. So Mars in the 4th house is a good chance for you to use the energy of Mars in your home. So this could literally be redecorate your home, move some furniture around, shift things so you feel a bit more yourself in your space. You may also be working from home more. You may be exercising from home. That's a very direct way of thinking. Feel like a home gym. You might start a home gym. That could help you feel more invigorated in that area, because that Mars energy is going to be very powerful. So if you don't do something with it, you might end up kind of snapping at people you live with in your home. Like, beware of little fights that might break out if you get a bit irritable, because Mars is like burning away there in your 4th house. And then this could also be used for like your health. You might want to look at health or diet changes you could make for this month. Get back on track if you've been kind of feeling like you're lapsing a little bit in something you want to change in your health routine. And Gemini is going to move into your 6th house. So this is a good chance for you to really think about the way you emotionally relate to your work. Does your job give you fulfillment? Are you just going through the motions? Do you want to reassess that? Have you got other areas in your life that you want to expand? You'll be able to get that going with Jupiter there in Gemini and really shift your energy into something you really care about instead of doing things for the sake of it, right? Then it'll be trining Pluto in your 2nd house. So that's going to really give you a chance to focus on how you can make more money through your work and more money through work that you care about. That's important to you. Yeah, it's great. So for Aquarius, we will have this Gemini energy trining you. That's a fellow air sign, giving you a really good boost of the energy that you're very familiar with, which is air energy, ideas, thoughts, plans, very practical, kind of maths and science driven type of energy. That will be a good chance for you to kind of use the energy of Pluto that you've kind of felt already brewing, since, as you know, Aquarius people, Pluto will be in your 1st house. If you're Aquarius rising in particular, for the next 20 years, this will be the last time that Pluto goes retrograde in your sign. Then after it goes back into Aquarius, it will be there for 2 decades. So you're going to have to get very familiar with this energy, and that will help you make big shifts in your own self. So your personality, your self-confidence, who you are, even your physical body could change a lot in the next few years in the early signs, especially if you have planets in the early signs of Aquarius, early degrees, like 1 to 5 degree Aquarius planetary placements will be very activated here. Again, over and over again until it goes past this degree. So we have a good chance here with the square to Taurus in the 4th house to make big changes in your home life. For example, if you felt that you really don't like where you live or you want to move, this will be a good chance to look at that in a serious way, because you can make a good practical plan with Gemini helping you there. And you can even kind of meet new people because of this great activation you have coming through in your romantic life. So basically your 5th house is going to give you this activation of all the fun things you want to do. This can include dating, going out to clubs, like parties, bars, cafes, restaurants, fun places that you enjoy. Will give you a chance to meet new people and maybe start a new romance. That's possible. That will be aided by Mars in your 3rd house. So great chance for communication, uplift in how you talk to people, real sense of confidence, a boost of energy coming from the 3rd house, helping you just have a really fun summer. Basically, it looks like a really great summer for Aquarius people. Lots of fun times. That's great. And then if you have your own business, for example, if you want to shift your marketing strategy or your PR for your business, now's a great time to do that with Mars. This month can start a new sort of cycle for you in terms of how you promote yourself if you have your own business. It's a great one. And then we've got Pisces. So this is your ruler as well, coming through with a shift into Gemini. So it's very important for you, if you're a Pisces person, to think about how you can really change your own feeling of comfort in your home. So there's a lot of shifts here because you'll have Gemini in your 4th house. There'll be so many planets coming in to give you a boost of sort of abundance. This can also mean you literally move into a bigger house, like you have a better, more practical, more emotionally supportive and useful environment to do what you do at home, which might be you might work from home. Maybe you'll think about moving into a different home that can facilitate that better. You also have Aries in your 2nd house, so that's a chance to actually utilize your home to bring in more money. So this is linking your home to how you make your money and giving you a chance to kind of really put energy into your side hustles or things you do to make money for yourself, completely self-generated income, and the resources that help you work on yourself as well. They could be shifting as well in that area. You could even just use that to kind of look at the things in your home, the actual physical things like your objects, your possessions, your clothes, for example, furniture, and maybe sell them, buy new ones, refresh that environment, really take a sort of new spring clean type of vibe to your home. That would be great for Pisces people. And then you have a big shift in, your square to Pluto in your 12th house. So you may have felt recently, Pisces, that you've gone through a lot of emotional changes, a lot of deep kind of personal goals have been met, like challenges you've overcome in the area of your own psychological well-being. That kind of energy is going to ease off a little bit. You've gone through a lot of trials and now you may feel like a sort of fresh breath of new air coming in, because that is going to move forward and you'll see a kind of invigorated sense of purpose in your mood, specifically going forward with that square easing off from Pluto. So I feel that it's a really good chance to expand for Pluto, for Pisces people, because of Pluto leaving that square, and be more kind of present in their family life, maybe become a bit more connected to the people they live with. That could be a nice energy coming forward for Pisces. So yeah, a lovely chance to move ahead with all the goals that you've set for yourself and all the work you've done recently internally. That's great. Thank you so much, Pisces.